As a nation, we've just been remembering our war dead. But what about the soldiers who return home with horrific injuries? Well, I've been to meet an inspirational young guy from Liverpool called Craig Lundberg. While serving in Basra, Craig took a direct hit from a rocket-propelled grenade. He was blinded, nearly lost an arm and was badly burned. But instead of feeling sorry for himself, Craig now works with kids with disabilities and is planning a charity bike ride next year. Liverpool, Remembrance Sunday. This year among the veterans is a young face, a face that can no longer see, but has seen so much. Craig Lundberg, Freddie to his mates. The 22-year-old Lance Corporal was blinded in Iraq, but counts himself lucky because he made it home.
I can't look back. I can't change. I haven't got a time machine. I can't change nothing. I can only change things that are about to happen. Me sitting here moping about when I could see is not going to change nothing.
Craig's story takes us from a terraced house in Liverpool to a rooftop battle in Iraq. He joined up at 16 and quickly adapted to army life.
As infanteers, we live in each other's pockets constantly. So yeah, of course, there's always banter. Everything's always seen as a bit of a joke. Not because we're mad or we're silly or nothing, but it's because that's just the way you'd have to deal with it. And it's just that you know that you're all together and you're all in the same boat and the situation's all the same.
March the 22nd this year was a routine day. The 2nd Battalion of the Duke of Lancasters was searching for Iraqi insurgents just north of Basra.
Got to the target, then that's it. Autopilot goes in then, because we've done rehearsals, we've been training, we've done loads of these strike ops before. We knew where everyone was going to be, we knew how it was all going to work. It was all down to the last tiny detail. Arrests were made, women and children moved to safety. We used to take sweets and things for the kids, to give to the kids, because it's not their fault. It's pretty scary, it must be pretty scary on the other end. For a load of soldiers to be running in your house with torches and rifles, and we must look a lot bigger because we've got body armour helmets on. It must be a pretty scary thing, and it's not their fault what the RAL fella's been up to.
Then, gunfire from nearby rooftops. Craig and his team rushed outside to help.
I just got hit by 2 rocket-propelled grenades, which obviously gave me injuries, which I didn't realise I had. I tried to get up, I asked for my rifle, I was given it, and then my mate took me off the roof, down the stairs to the medic. I honestly don't remember feeling pain or anything like that. I knew in a way that I'd been injured because my left arm, because as I was trying to get up, I couldn't physically push myself up because like my arm was severed. The main concern was my lad's okay. I didn't really care about me because I'm not paid to care about me. I'm paid to care about my team, and that's all I was bothered about, really.
Surgeons in an American field hospital battled for 12 hours to save his life. He nearly lost an arm, suffered horrific burns, but worse news was to come, days later, in a German military hospital.
I woke up like 3 days later, and then I was told that I was blind and this is what happened to me and what have you.
How did you react to that?
I just joked it off, just laughed it off. There's nothing else I could do. To be honest, we've laughed it off all the way. There's nothing else I can do. The only thing I did really push on was my mum. When she come, I told her not to cry. And I told her I knew what I was doing at the end of the day. I knew the consequences of being in the army and I don't regret none of them. So don't be bitter and don't cry. Because it's not what I want. And she was happy with that. And she hasn't.
Amazing grace.
While he lay recovering back in Britain, Craig received the news that two of his best mates, 19-year-old Adam Smudge Smith and 20-year-old Alan Jones, had been killed in action.
I felt like I should have been there when it happened, but I weren't. I felt selfish that I was in a bed and I weren't there when it happened, because in some way I thought, well, if this wouldn't have happened to me, then maybe I would have changed it, or maybe I would have done something different, and they'd still be here.
Defying doctor's orders, Craig made it to both funerals.
They were my lads as well. They were my mates. They were people I lived with, and it was important for me to be there.
As one of the faces of this year's Poppy Appeal, Craig drew hope from mixing with older blind servicemen at St Dunstan's, a charity that helps them to lead independent lives.
When I first went there, I thought it was an old people's home because I was 21 and I was with all these oldies and he weren't on my wavelength. But then I got to talk to them and I got to listen to them and they were amazing. There was just some amazing people. They had some amazing stories to tell.
Nowadays, his inspiration comes in much younger form.
Do anything you wanna do.
Craig coaches kids at Liverpool's Actionaires Club, run by Daisy UK, a charity that uses sport to help disabled children.
Kids are kids. Kids are just, I think they're inspirational, because a lot of people go to me, oh, I don't know how you feel, or oh, you must feel bad or anything. I couldn't imagine it. But then these kids are living it every day. At least I had 21 good years sighted, and I enjoyed every minute of them. It's just amazing just to hear them laughing and all the rest of it. And even though a lot of them are in a lot worse condition than I am, some of them will be blind by the time they're 13 and they've got secondary disabilities, like things like cerebral palsy and things like that. But they don't care. They just want to be happy. And that just makes me happy, just knowing that I can give them something, because they give me a lot. Because that's the way I feel. Just like them kids do. I just feel, well, this is it. This is how it is. And don't moan or don't do nothing, because there's always someone worse off than you.
And with typical good humour, Craig accepts that his army days are numbered.
Vacancies for blind snipers just ain't on the army's agenda at the moment. When they are, then maybe I'll be first there with my hand up, or putting bells on the enemy. But until then it's pretty obvious, isn't it?
But there are goals. Next year's checklist includes running the London Marathon and a charity bike ride with his dad.
I can't have what I had. And that's just fact. That's just life. And yeah, I've been dealt a bit of a bad end of the stick at the moment, but it's what you make of it. I can turn it round. I've got blindness ain't got me. And it's just, like I said before, it's what I put in. And you need to put in what you get out.
If you'd like to find out more about Craig's incredible story, then check out our website. The address is there for you now.